Hello, this is Shep and Max at the Sun Valley Auto Club, and we're going to be taking a look at a 1972 Chevelle. This is a Chevrolet Chevelle SS 350 with an automatic transmission. That's a replaced 350, extremely well sorted. Came out of the factory with the 350, non-matching numbers on that. Automatic transmission, and we have just got this thing looking amazing and absolutely ready for the road. We do a lot of Chevelles. A really safe way to go on Chevelles, on the whole SS. There's thousands of web pages, it seems, out there devoted to if something's a true SS or not. Your best go-to source for naming a true SS of this generation is a factory build sheet. This one we do not have a build sheet, but we're still going SS route for a couple different reasons, and we'll cover that. I guess I can just jump right into it. The biggest one is the guy that we bought it from, in order to get an Idaho title for it as an SS, which it does, had to have a state inspector come out, and that was a couple different visits, and they finally pulled together enough information to deem it as a true SS. So small block, which was a surprise to me that they did in '72 have a 350 SS package, and they certainly did. So it's always been red with white stripes. That can be decoded. That's a big indicator of the SS as well. Gauges, which is always going to be replaced, but they have full SS gauges. The rear end's correct. Marker lights are correct. What else? Am I missing anything else?
I decoded the cal tag, and it did say that it came with factory bucket seats with the floor shift selector. So that comes from the factory like that. It also came from the factory with white interior. We do have trim around the wheel wells. That's an SS thing. So is that painted rear reflector back there. Vinyl white top too from the factory. And what else?
So that's our SS knowledge. We're just looking at it as a true muscle car. Fabulous paint job. And as you can see from the pricing on this one, I'm not going to list the price here because it's probably changed online. We haven't really established. But the whole idea on this one is just a high quality driver. It's not going to be one of those $80,000, $60,000 Chevelles with the automatic and the 350. This is just going to be a really fun driver quality. So that's where I call that on the paint. There's certainly no dents, dings, damage to the paint or the undercarriage, but it's not a factory, or it's not a show queen either. This is a car where you can drive it like it should be and not lose any value. So great vinyl top, great paint. The chrome and the stainless on it is all bright. All the seals on it are very good. A couple things. The only thing that's really, as far as damage I'd want to point out, is back here on the bumper. We just elected to keep the price down, and rather than shipping that off and paying another $600 to have that fixed. So good finish, non-pitting, but you do have a couple little dents there. So keep that in mind if you're shipping long distance. So we've got our spare tire, not shown what we have going on there, and you might want to get your flashlight phone.
Which
You got that?
Nope. It's on my desk.
Will you go grab that for me? Because mine is. And so we have our spare tire. We're just painting that steel wheel, so that'll go in there. We do have the spare and a jack, just a little mat there. But nice solid trunk. We'll wait for the flashlight. Before we even decided to purchase this and finish sorting it out, one of the best places to look at, thanks Max, is right underneath there. On these Chevelles, that's a great catching point. Coming down off the roof line, water seeping in there. Really dry, no pinholes, and that hasn't been replaced. So that's super dry. You have to say this has been quartered. There's a seam right there, and it's on both sides. Some people really want to know if that Chevelle has the original quarters, and you would say that this one did indeed has been quartered. So keep that in mind. Shooting down the sides of the car though, excellent work. Trunk seals are new and been replaced. And the rest of the trunk, no patches, no nasty holes. You know, good solid. Great wheels. We mentioned the wheel lips as an SS. I really like it on there. Typically on cars, I just want to see paint, but a Chevelle is one of those cars that just looks really good with that stainless trim there.
Tires are in good shape as well. Lots of tread.
I'm going to roll down that window for us. So we've got some photos of, just in order to, what Max just did, roll down that window. We ended up taking out the rear quarters, interior quarters, rear seat, and we've got some good photos that just show this as an original red car. New carpet to boot on this as well. But, you know, just to get those windows to go up and down, everything had to come apart, had to get those rebuilt, new parts. So all 4 windows, the regulators work. I know it sounds like a simple thing, but a lot of these old cars, they don't. And you can break glass really easy if you're trying to force things. So gorgeous interior, white interior. And did you say it was always a white interior? So nice vinyl, there's no rips, there's no tears on the seats, front seat, back seats. That dash pad was replaced by us. And the nice thing is I mean, I just hate cracks on the dash. So in order to, you know, while this was all out, we were able to get into the HVAC system and repair the heater, the blower motor. What else was done in there? Radio delete. So there's no radio in there. That's one thing we wanted to mention. Just radio delete. This 350 sounds phenomenal. So if you wanted to add some speakers and just like an iPod unit, hide it in the glove box, you could do that. Do you want to work on those? Well, I'll show those hood pins off real quick. But headliner, clean, white, tight. We'll take this out, but all the gauges work. That's something we spend a lot of time doing. Oh, thanks, you're just showing me, yeah. So hood pins. Take a look at the rest of the car down the sight lines there. All the glass is good. Windshield. All the rubber's good. It's a nice battery. And that's a 350. And just really well sorted. New alternator.
It is power steering, which is nice. Non-AC.
And power disc brakes as well. Discs up front.
Drums in the back.
Looks like it's about ready to rain or snow out there, so we're losing a little bit of our light. But the paint, you can see, it's a really well done job. You know, even the under hood, as you'd expect, but some sloppy paint jobs, they're just going to stop there. But everything was taken apart while this car was painted. So really well sorted engine. Your inner fenders are nice and black. Your engine block is fantastic. You want to fire this up, Max? Yeah. I got the keys in my hand. Great radiator. One thing we did when we found this car is it had a, hold on one second, Max, is that your overflow container, it was sitting on this fender. It was mismatched. It wasn't great. What we did is we just took it and we did the overflow. There's the tube, and we just tucked it straight down. So you might want to throw. I like the look of that. You know, if it's hot and if it's expanding, you might throw some coolant on your garage floor. So if you want to get a bottle in there to keep that overflow, you can do that. But we just elected, just for a clean look, to go straight to the ground. Okay, fire up, Max. Just a smooth running engine that you can trust. Running lights over there as well. Headlights, brights. Nice. You got turn signals. In effect. Side marker lights. Did you turn the headlights off? Okay, so we got a side marker, rear side marker that's out. Turn signal, go ahead and do everything again. Turn signal, turn signals, and brakes. Did I go down too soft? Or that good? That's coming from over there. No knocking on the engine. So let's just take this out for a quick cruise. You got the staple shifter.
Sounds really good. Steering's good, our gauges are working. I don't believe the clock works, but speedometer, RPM meter.